Hi, good afternoon from me, Andrew Merchant, agenceNEWTON, the French property specialist. Today I thought I'd bring you something really special. I bring you fairy tale castles, fairy tale chateaus. Today is a chateau that is fairy tale, but slightly different. This is a fortress chateau. So the fortress chateaus were designed to defend the land where they were built. So it is built on very high ground. The origins of this chateau start in the year 1350, where we still have the original dungeons in place. They're not dungeons as you would imagine, the prisons all on the ground floor and very dark and horrible. In 1350 dungeons, the prisoners were kept high up in the towers. So this is still there, the original fireplace is still in place. And then the chateau itself originates from 1492. And it was given the royal stamp of approval and it was named a chateau by the decree of the King of France in 1350. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go for a tour down to the chateau and go through the chateau. There is so many historical artifacts through the chateau which I'm going to point out as we go along. The property is currently being used as a tourist business as well. We've actually got two gîtes here. We've got the owner's cottage and they also let the chateau out as a full chateau rental. So come on, we're going to explore and I'll see you inside. So here we are, we're going to go down and go into the chateau itself. We're going to go through the original front door, which is where the gentry would have arrived and gone through. The interesting thing with this is there's a river at the back of this property, right down at the bottom, and the gentry would have actually arrived here by boat, not by horse and carriage. And they would have probably come in from one of the local towns. They would have come down and stayed in one of the relays there overnight, horse and carriage from Paris, and then had a boat to this property. So we're actually going to go through the door that the gentry went through all those years ago, back in the early 1500s. So come on, we're going to go down and have a look. So here we are, we're going to go in this original door. Just look at this, bell, door. Think how many people over the years have walked through this door. So come on in. Because this is the real start of this show, this spiral stone staircase. And as we go up through the staircase, I'm going to show you things where the archers would have stood, tapping their feet to keep their feet warm. There's indentations in the stone. So we'll come back to the stairs afterwards, but let's go and have a look in this beautiful lounge with its original granite fireplace. This is just beautiful, and today it's 28 degrees outside. It's so cool in here, but because the walls are so thick, in the winter it'll be really dry as well. The interesting part about this is so much modern comfort has been added to this, but keeping all the original character. So there's been a brand new central heating system entered into here, but if you look at the pipework over in the corner, the copper pipework, the owners insisted it wasn't put in straight, it was put in all curvy to keep the character of this property. We then go through into a downstairs bedroom. Same again, the character, you can see how thick these walls are. And I would just love to stay in this place. You know, they get people rent this whole chateau and they come and stay here for a week. And the reviews of this property are absolutely unbelievable. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head on up the stone spiral staircase to the first floor, where I've got some really nice surprises for you up there. Okay, so here we go. We're heading up this beautiful spiral staircase and we're going to go up to the first floor. The first floor really shows where modern and classic and original all works together. This has been a great design by the owners of this property. And as you can see, this is an original door here. And we go into this vast bedroom. Yeah, this would have probably been years ago, the master's bedroom and the big fireplace. You can imagine the servants coming in the middle of the night to stoke the fire up and keep it nice and warm in here. Once again, 28 degrees outside. It's lovely and cool. It's like having natural air conditioning. And then we go into what I said about the modern. However, it works. It really works with the character of this property. So we have a roll top bath, we have beautiful tiles, a large shower to walk into, toilet and sink, and then the most amazing view out of this window over here down to where the river is below, which is where I explained the gentry will come in on a boat. We're then going to go through to the second bedroom on this first floor. So here we are, we've arrived at the second bedroom, same again, another original door. And entering this room, this is a room of grandeur. Just look at the size of these beams. Look how many beds are in here. This is a really huge room. And then we go through once again where modern and character comes side by side. We have the original Tomic floor, but look at this, there's a shower big enough for a rugby team. This is incredible, this property, the thought that's gone into the design of everything that's happened here. And you can now again see the thickness of these walls here. And this bedroom, same again as the last room, has a view down the back. And believe me, no one was going to penetrate this castle coming up that hill without getting shot for sure. So we're now going to go on up to the attic, and I'm going to show you something special that's on the staircase. So I'll see you there. So here we are again on that lovely spiral staircase, and we're at one of the archer's points. Now if we look at the stone down here, you can see where the archer stood here for years, probably keeping his feet warm, with his hands out here and his bow and arrow there. Oi, get off my land, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to shoot you. You wouldn't want to be penetrating this castle. This is incredible, and that is real history in front of us. So here we are in this huge attic. The attic's got massive potential. You could get at least another 3 bedrooms up if you wanted to. And then we have another archer's point. Staircase is going up here, and up here is the top of the tower itself. So once again, there would have been an archer up there in the days protecting the land. But can you imagine here what you can create? You've already got 3 bedrooms in this chateau. You could easily increase to 6, which would then double the turnover of your letting of the chateau. So right, we're going to go back downstairs now, and I'll see you back downstairs. Okay, so here we are. This is the gîte. Unfortunately, we can't do a video inside the gîte today because the gîte is let, which is a good thing because it shows it's a good business. But coming out this door here, what you'll find is you come straight out here and it leads you straight to the swimming pool terrace, which has the sun all day long. The sun starts right over at this side and finishes over at this side. So this is a bright sunbathing terrace. So anyone that's a sun worshipper, this is the perfect place to sunbathe. So there you go. You have had the tour of this absolutely incredible property, but I've actually missed one thing. I haven't told you how much this is. So this property is on the market for just under €900,000, including the agency fee. It comes with about 7 hectares of attached land. It sits in the middle of nowhere. So this is the perfect place for wedding venues or to carry on the touristic business that the current owners do. And I've just thoroughly enjoyed my visit. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching this video. If you want more information, message me, email me, or just phone me up and we can organise a visit today. Anyway, I'm off for a beer now. Have a good day, have a good weekend. Bye-bye.